What's good, YouTube? It's your boy AK Corey coming at you with another video. Today I'm talking about the Knicks. And to start the video, I think the Knicks are a horrible association. Maybe back then, before I was born, they were they. What was the last time they won a ring? I'm not sure if they even have one. Maybe back then. Matter of fact, let me look that up real quick. So I just looked it up. They won They won rings in the 1970-1973 season when they had people like Walt Frazier, Jerry Lucas, even Phil Jackson. Even though Phil Jackson wasn't really good as a player, I mean, obviously you got to be good to be in the NBA, but he wasn't. He was a better coach to the player. Let's just say that. Just like Luke Walton. Speaking of Luke Walton, that boy is a beast as a coach. I might do a video on him, but let's continue the subject of the Knicks. They haven't won a ring in over, what is that, 3-4 decades. It's still they don't look like they're gonna have a ring in the next decade. Phil Jackson came, and all the Knicks fans were happy. They got a 11-time. Didn't he win 11 rings? 11-time champion. 6 with MJ, 5 with Kobe, and Powell, and Shaq, and Pippen, and Rodman. Phil Jackson is overrated as a coach. I mean, obviously he helped them win, but let's not act like you didn't have some of the greatest players of all time. You had the greatest player of all time. You had arguably the most dominant duo of all time, and I'm talking about Shaq and Kobe. You had one of the best rebounders of all time, especially for his height. Dennis Rodman, if he was 7 foot, probably would be the greatest rebounder of all time. Because let's face it, Wilt's era doesn't compliment him. So it's hard to just say it's hard to say good things about the era that they played in back then in the before the 80s. Yeah, I'll say the 70s era and below. But let's not act like he didn't have those players. And he didn't make those players. He was the coach at the time. But let's get off that subject. He hasn't helped one bit. They made a quote-unquote super team. You got an out-of-prime D-Rose. You got old fart, out-of-prime Joakim Noah. And speaking of Joakim Noah, the Knicks play better when Joakim Noah is not on the court. Y'all paid him. Y'all paid D-Rose. Courtney Lee, I'm pretty sure he's doing what they expect him to do. The good producing players like Kyle O'Quinn, Justin Holiday, who else am I forgetting? You got Justin Holiday, Kyle O'Quinn, and Brandon Jennings. They're playing better than D-Rose and Noah. And then Melo is still Melo, still the same player, still not gonna fit into the triangle offense. He obviously, it might be time for a change. The triangle offense might not work in the modern era. That's probably what it is. Even though Melo isn't MJ or Kobe, who knows? Cause Kobe, let's not sit and act like, I know Kobe averaged 5 or 6 assists a game. But let's not act like he didn't like having the ball. He didn't like shooting it. It's like act like MJ didn't like shooting the ball. So it's not about Melo holding the ball too long. It's probably just a new era. You probably can't do that in this era. It probably just won't work out. Because Melo is an excellent scorer. So either it's time to trade Melo, get some value out of him. Because you can't let Melo demand a trade. Then you're just going to get whatever is offered. It might be time for Porzingis to take over. Let him grow into the star that he needs to be, because them building around Melo obviously isn't working. Melo probably will never win a ring, honestly. Just like I can't see Russell Westbrook winning a ring. Kinda because he's so crazy in the fourth quarter, he just goes all out reckless. It's so reckless at times where he comes up clutch and never wins the game. He'll go like 4 for 9, 4 for 10, get to the free throw line. He might even turn over the ball. He does a lot of crazy stuff, but those are two of the people that I cannot ever see winning a ring, unless they get carried on the bench. But it might be time to trade Melo and let Porzingis grow. Because those free agents they got, instead of going for the big names, like they got a couple big names, but they also did look into some good free agents. Their way of thinking at first was go for the biggest names and get some good players. They could have spent those extra millions on some 3 or 4 good producing players. Then you got Porzingis, O'Quinn, Jennings, Holiday, plus other good players that's producing. For Noah's and Rose's name, they're not doing what you expected them to do. And plus, they're out of prime and old. So it's like, you might as well should have just got some young production players. Maybe look into the future. I think Phil Jackson came just to get money. I don't think he doesn't seem like he's motivated at all to get this franchise off their ass. But tell me how I feel about this, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out, man. Peace.